Oh, Jesus, that is feet. Oh, it's gonna go. Oh, no. That's inches from our power line. Yeah, we're done. We're done. It's hitting the wire now. There she goes. Well, I knew it.
Good morning. I was literally in prayer time this morning, being thankful, but also asking, hey, I need some manna for the day. Money's been tight. And then I finished and I noticed a notification of a missed call, and I'm like, how is that possible? I got the phone right here. Anyway, it was my secretary / mom, and she said, return customer has a tree that tipped over across the driveway and needs some help. So she told them we would come, and then I got a hold of them and they said we were heroes. Don't want to get too philosophical on y'all if you don't like it, but there's this proverb I heard a long time ago about God feeding the young lions. This is a tragedy for them, right? This is an inconvenience for them. Could have been worse. It didn't really do much. It took out the power line. The power line company put it back up. It's odd to get monetary benefits from somebody else's struggle, but it takes all kinds. Everybody's got to do something, and it says God feeds the young lions, and that's me, young lion, provided for in the moment of asking, roaring for some help. So really appreciative. Love these clients. Love that they called me. I'll be glad to help. This is a case where the roots were rotted on one side. On the lean side, kind of like a creek undermines a tree and it tips over. Like if you didn't have any toes, you would tip forward. So it had good roots on the back side, and that's important too. But on the lean side, I'll show you what it looked like. Yeah, this side's rotted out, see? So there's not much to video here in this cleanup. We're just gonna chip it and move the wood for the guy. Later he'll have the stump ground. I don't want to compete with this guy's blower, but what I will say loud enough for you to hear is a simple thing, but start on the other end, because we want this to tip up at some point so that we're not in the rocks with our chainsaw down in here. A lot of people will start right here for some reason. What you want to do is start out there, get it cleaned up, and then cut weight off, back, in this case, so that this begins to stand up some and your last cut isn't so dirty.
Almost off the edge. That push her off, Forrest. Lovely job.
Reaching up high like that, had to cut it all the way to a really thin hinge before it would go because of the marriage in the top there. Couldn't have cut any more or I would have had to pull on it. You don't want to cut the hinge off usually. Yeah, totally rotted out on this side. In the roots, in the ground, in the trunk even. I'm just gonna knock some dirt off of this with the axe to try to protect my sharpness. This is the dirt that flew up here when all the Big Bang happened. I want this cut low because we may end up coming back to grind this, and I don't want to have more to grind than necessary.
Not every day you get to watch it. Yeah. I love it, man. Yeah, that's awesome. I would never have the balls to do it. He took one down back there that was touching that house right there. And it slid right where he told me it was going to do it. He put a GoPro, like, right there, and the tree went right by it. Exciting. Dude, how do you do that?
You just miss it again?
How do you make it? I would have bet $100 it was. You guys are studs, man. When I grow up.
Nice and low for the grind and no mud, dirt, rocks on the chain. Property owner wants it laying here as kind of a border, so, but next size, next, down, down. Some of you might remember a while back when I dumped a tree into this abysmal void. Like the whole giant fir tree just got swallowed up by it. And that was what they wanted me to do. They were afraid. Same clients today, same people. They didn't want that tree to blow over and take up the house with, you know what, I gotta go this way. That's too tight of a turn. They didn't want the root ball to take the house over or just peel off a big corner of the house or whatever when it went. And they were afraid it might blow over. And so now they feel good about cutting that one down. Not that they were against it to begin with. So what happened there is when they put the road in, this would be my take, my investigative report on it, is they just destroyed the root zone, perhaps with equipment, but also with soil compaction. Cars going back and forth over that driveway for years, and so the roots couldn't really do what roots are supposed to do on that side of the tree, and they rotted out. And that rot carried up the trunk just a short ways too, up the flare there. So basically the tree's toes were cut off, and they had 70-mile-an-hour gusts of wind there, and over it went. So the young lions got another meal. My life is like that. I always seem to get what I need. I don't ever seem to cha-ching. That noise is whenever there's a sale on the Monkey Beaver store, my phone gives me that cha-ching. I get what I need, and I never seem to really get filthy rich, you know what I mean? I just skate around the bottom a lot. And so I compare it to those guys that had to go out and collect manna, and they could only collect enough for one day. Otherwise, it would rot out on them. So my life is like that. And so I've learned to be content with today's manna. And I've also learned to expect it. To expect it to be there and not be afraid that I don't have some big cushion. Kind of an interesting life. The life of a contractor really is the life of a guy that's always looking for a job. Isn't that strange? So the factory punch type guy that spends his career in one place and collects a gold watch at the end, or maybe he collects benefits the whole time. He's important because the contractor type guy, the entrepreneur, the whatever you want to call him, the guy that's always looking for another job to float his boat, he needs people that are a little leery of not having a set amount of money per week, per month, future. Does that make sense? I've just noticed that it takes all kinds that way. You need the guy to take risks, and you need the guy that's like, nah, no risk for me. I think I'd like some kind of steady hourly wage. I'd like to know when I'm going home, when I'm going to work, and I'd like to know what I'm gonna make and create a budget off of that. That kind of life doesn't work for me. It depresses me. I don't like to know my ceiling. I don't like to know. I like to believe that I could strike it rich any minute or something, which is kind of ridiculous to a tree man and think that way. But I don't like asking people for time off either. My kid wants me to show up somewhere. I want to say I'll be there and nobody can pry me away. So nice talking to you. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you on the next video.
Hey guys, Sam here from monkeybeaver.com. Just want to show you guys our newest custom saddle. This gentleman asked for the Guatemalan flag. I believe this is a memorial saddle. Don't believe that is the name of the gentleman who ordered the saddle. But it looks pretty cool all the way around. Alright guys, let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Have a great day. Happy climbing.
Monkey people, dum dum.